Hi everyone.
G'day all.
Welcome to the Creative Wandering Duo.
And your beauty's still stuck in my eye.
He's been in the sawdust again. This is Dave.
This is Sandra. Look at that beauty.
Anyway, there we go. Mother's Day is coming up this weekend.
Yes, it is. Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. And so we just wanted to do a tribute to Mother's Day. So happy
And mothers.
And mothers, yes.
Not just this beautiful mother, but
And mothers in general.
all mothers.
Yep. So happy Mother's Day to y'all.
Congratulations to you all, too. You had brats.
He's speaking from experience. I was innocent.
Probably. I was the brat. Probably. But perfect at it. Anyway.
Yes.
It's been a while since y'all seen both of us in the same pictures together.
That's right.
Been busy. Between working on a couple of different contracts and the snow having disappeared, that means there's work outside to be
Yard
done.
work to do. I'll post a couple of pictures of our crocuses and daffodils that are blooming right now.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. We haven't had crocuses and daffodils like that ever.
But that just goes to show you that the research that we've been doing online about the garden and stuff like that has been paying off.
It's been paying off, yes. We had horrible soil here, and we've been working hard to get it improved.
We still have horrible soil, but in
Yeah.
the places where we want specific things to grow, we've been improving it, amending it, as they call it, and we're seeing results.
Yeah.
It was
so.
just about immediately we started seeing results. As soon as we started trying some of this stuff,
Yeah.
and now we're applying it to it all, and it's just, I mean, it's the difference of day and night.
Yeah, it is. So,
And
roll the intro.
There, we're back again.
Yep, we are. So, yeah, spring is a lot of work outside. There's yard cleaning up and
And it's amazing how fast they can get nasty in the wintertime.
well, with hauling in firewood,
And we got those reels last fall late.
yeah, and we had stuff scattered all over out there. It was just kind of a hurry up and get it in the yard, and then we had a tree die, so you got that cut down and cleaned up, and got all the firewood moved to where you want it now for
Yeah,
next year too, this winter when we bring more in.
yeah. I'm thinking it'll work out to be a pretty good forever home for firewood.
Yeah, I think it'll work there.
And all that scrap wood that I had piled up there from different trees and stuff. With, yes, we'll burn it someday.
Mm-hmm.
It's all cleaned up and gone, and
Yeah.
well, it will be gone today because the waste transfer site is open, and yeah,
He's got the truck loaded up with all the garbage.
and hopefully I can come back with it all loaded up with garbage.
Compost.
Compost.
Compost garbage, yeah. Yeah. So we got a few different methods of planting that we want to try out
Expanding the garden.
to see if it's going to work.
I'm suspecting it will be very viable.
And we'll try it.
And it's got to be spring because, yeah, our house is kind of looking like it. We've got the grow up going. The seeds that Sandy planted are thriving. We've been taking clippings from various plants, and the spider plant we've clipped a couple of spiders from, so we trying to cut down on the buying at the greenhouses.
Yeah, but I still had to go by.
I
We have a
know.
new greenhouse here in town, and they're friends of ours, so
It's not so. It's they had some stuff
Well-
that we wanted and we haven't seen before, and
then
we
they had some
helped
other,
ourselves.
yeah, well, they had other stuff that when we weren't feeling well, they didn't quite get watered, and so the seedlings
Yeah, we
died.
did have some stuff die off because of the illness.
We just weren't paying attention the way we should have, and so she had some there, so I asked her to
Yeah,
put
but
some of those aside.
but the
and,
mint is
yeah, we haven't had the mint before.
we've never had mint before. We've never had the hummingbird's lunch before.
No, that we haven't.
And the hummingbird's lunch, from all reports, is supposed to really attract hummingbirds.
Yeah. So we're hoping that it does. We've seen a couple come into the yard last year. Haven't had,
In the last couple of years.
yeah, well, I've only seen them last year. I didn't have a camera close by to take a picture, and they are so fast.
We never really do.
They come in and go. And our Robin has come back to visit. He's
Yeah.
always back here.
Yeah, and
He always comes and talks to me while I'm doing dishes. He's out in the garden there, and we have a good conversation.
And last fall I removed his nest from where it was, and so he had no new nest, or no nest to come back to. And it wasn't more than a week after they got back, I noticed that they have a new nest
There you go.
already.
In the same spot.
No,
No, a little different.
in a little bit of a different spot, but yeah.
Well, he was very insistent. He was going to build a nest over our porch door.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it was terrible.
so I had to make up an anti-bird roost boards.
We fought with that for a couple of years until he finally would go and build a nest somewhere else, and then they finally went and made an anti-deterrent for birds. to
No,
nest
not
there.
an anti-deterrent, a deterrent for birds.
Deterrent. There you go. A deterrent for birds.
An anti-deterrent is a double negative. That makes it a positive.
Yeah. How come that doesn't work all the time?
Because Uncle gets involved.
Oh. Okay.
Works for me.
Anyway,
Anyhow,
I'm going to try and read you
a poem.
well, it's not a poem. It's an article I found online. It's written by
Unknown.
unknown. We
Author
don't-
unknown.
Yeah, author unknown. But it's for Mother's Day, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope to get through it without having to stop and blow my nose a few times.
Yeah, good luck with that, okay?
I'm going to try.
My,
I might have to shut the camera off a few times.
my soft-hearted wife.
I just thought it was really good, and very well written, and I think anybody who's had anything to do with children
Can understand.
can understand. Children, young people, teenagers, young people, young adults, older adults. And some of it, yeah, I can understand.
Generally our offspring.
Looking back and being a child, I can understand some of it too. Some of the things I went through with my mom. So, anyway, I hope you enjoy it. And Dave's gonna probably leave and do his own thing for a while.
Yep.
And
If I don't do it, nobody else is.
anyway, stay tuned for the tribute, and other than that, remember to subscribe.
All that stuff. What is it? There's subscribe, there's
Thumbs up.
yes, the like button.
Oh, and share on social media with your friends and family, to those you think would enjoy it. And thank you for those that have subscribed. We welcome each and every one of you.
Or even those that you think wouldn't enjoy it, just to bug them.
Yeah, that would be more like us to do. That would be something we'd do.
But like Sandy says, all we do is do life, and that's all we're doing on with these doing life.
That's right. Anyway, stay real.
Yes, stay real. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy.
This is called Love Your Mother. When you came into the world, she held you in her arms. You thanked her by wailing like a banshee. When you were 1 year old, she fed you and bathed you. You thanked her by crying all night long. When you were 2 years old, she taught you to walk. You thanked her by running away when she called. When you were 3 years old, she made all your meals with love. You thanked her by tossing your plate on the floor. When you were 4 years old, she gave you some crayons. You thanked her by coloring the dining room table. When you were 5 years old, she dressed you for the holidays. You thanked her by plopping into the nearest pile of mud. When you were 6 years old, she walked you to school. You thanked her by screaming, "I'm not going!" When you were 7 years old, she bought you a baseball. You thanked her by throwing it through the next door neighbor's window. When you were 8 years old, she handed you an ice cream. You thanked her by dripping it all over your lap. When you were 9 years old, she paid for piano lessons. You thanked her by never even bothering to practice. When you were 10 years old, she drove you all day, from soccer to gymnastics to one birthday party after another. You thanked her by jumping out of the car and never looking back. When you were 11 years old, she took you and your friends to the movies. You thanked her by asking to sit in a different row. When you were 12 years old, she warned you not to watch certain TV shows. You thanked her by waiting until she left the house. Those teenage years. When you were 13, she suggested a haircut that was becoming. You thanked her by telling her she had no taste. When you were 14, she paid for a month away at summer camp. You thanked her by forgetting to write a single letter. When you were 15, she came home from work, looking for a hug. You thanked her by having your bedroom door locked. When you were 16, she taught you how to drive her car. You thanked her by taking it every chance you could. When you were 17, she was expecting an important call. You thanked her by being on the phone all night. When you were 18, she cried at your high school graduation. You thanked her by staying out partying until dawn. Growing old and gray. When you were 19, she paid for your college tuition, drove you to campus, carried your bags. You thanked her by saying goodbye outside the dorm so you wouldn't be embarrassed in front of your friends. When you were 20, she asked whether you were seeing anyone. You thanked her by saying, "It's none of your business." When you were 21, she suggested certain careers for your future. You thanked her by saying, "I don't want to be like you." When you were 22, she hugged you at your college graduation. You thanked her by asking whether she could pay for a trip to Europe. When you were 23, she gave you furniture for your first apartment. You thanked her by telling your friends it was ugly. When you were 24, she met your fiancé and asked about your plans for the future. You thanked her by glaring and growling, "Mother, please." When you were 25, she helped to pay for your wedding. And she cried and told you how deeply she loved you. You thanked her by moving halfway across the country. When you were 30, she called with some advice on the baby. You thanked her by telling her, "Things are different now." When you were 40, she called to remind you of a relative's birthday. You thanked her by saying you were really busy right now. When you were 50, she fell ill and needed you to take care of her. You thanked her by reading about the burden parents become to their children. And then, one day, she quietly died. And everything you never did came crashing down like thunder. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. The hand who rocks the cradle may rock the world. Let us take a moment of time just to pay tribute and show appreciation to the person called Mom. Though some may not say it openly to their mother, there's no substitute for her. Cherish every single moment. Though at times she may not be the best of friends, may not agree to our thoughts, she is still your mother. Your mother will be there for you to listen to your woes, your braggings, your frustrations, etc. Ask yourself, have you put aside enough time for her to listen to her blues of working in the kitchen, her tiredness? Be tactful, loving, and still show her due respect. Though you may have different views from her, once gone, only fond memories of the past and also regrets will be left. Do not take for granted the things closest to your heart. Love her more than you love yourself. Life is meaningless without her. Author is unknown. Take time to talk with your mother. It's very important to do that. I was blessed with time with my mother. When she was very, very ill, I spent nights with her in the hospital, and we had some really good conversations. I enjoyed that time with her, and I enjoyed the time getting to know a different side of my mother. We never know how long we have with our mothers. We don't have a time stamp on our foot. So enjoy each and every moment that you have. Take care. God bless. Stay real. Bye for now.